Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Art and Outdoor Life here with John. So, I'm going to be painting a seascape. It's been a while since I've done a seascape, and I'm doing a lighthouse. There was someone on my channel here who requested that I do a lighthouse, and I've only done one before, and that was a while ago. So, I'm going to be using masking fluid here, and finally, a hair dryer. Hair dryer with the hair blower, you can do wash after wash after wash. And normally I don't use a hair dryer because I'm always blowing fuses. So everything I do is fast and loose and pretty much wet. I'm wet. So I don't really have the time in 20 minutes or so to do all these washes on top of each other. So here I am with the sky. I'm using ultramarine blue and cerulean blue, and I'm just kind of mixing in the sky. And thank you for coming back. I really appreciate it. I've been working with oils, and I just got some huge oil canvases that I don't know what I'm gonna put on them yet. Anyways, grab yourself some coffee and some tea or a glass of wine, whatever. So there, I just put in a little bit of yellow ochre because I didn't know what I was gonna do yet. I kind of was thinking maybe I wanted to maybe put a little sun kind of coming over the horizon, but then while I was painting this, I was like, no, I'm just going to make it from the sky right to the water. Okay. And some of this is, I'm using some very light, some shades of blue-gray, my Payne's gray that I make with black and cerulean blue with a lot more cerulean blue. Okay. And so here is some burnt umber I'm using for some ground, and just to get some in there. I've been really excited lately. I haven't put anything out in a few days, so I'm getting really excited because there's all kinds of projects coming up that I have in mind. But I thought I'd do this for somebody who really wanted to see a lighthouse. And I'm fascinated with lighthouses. And the trick was, do I want to put it... there's all kinds of ways you can make lighthouses, right? I could have did it fast and loose, very distant, far away. Or I could have did it up close in the foreground. So, again, this is from my imagination. I didn't sketch nothing here. So, forgot my scraper, so I'm using the back of a paint tube just to kind of create some rock effects. Yeah, it was a little too wet to do that, but that's fine because basically... it's just going to stay like it is. The focal point isn't going to be on the rocks anyways, but they're there up front. So you don't have to close your ears. The first time on any of my videos I've ever used a hair blower. And basically because I was in my front room where it doesn't blow a fuse. So... And it makes it so easier to dry everything off if you want to paint that way. Normally, as you notice in my videos, I just paint. And I paint and I paint and I keep going. It's wet, and then some of it will dry, and some of it will stay wet, and this and that. But this time I wanted to concentrate on getting some dry time in here, and I was just hoping that the hair dryer would actually help out here. Now the masking fluid, again, it's been almost a year. I only tried it once, and it was Frank Clark, the great Frank Clark. I was watching his video a year ago, and that's why I went out and bought my masking fluid. And I only used it once, and when I used it, I tore my paper up. So I haven't touched it since until now. So basically what it is it's a sealant. It's like it's fluid. It's like putting masking tape on your painting. If you were to cut part of your tape and put it over your painting because you don't want that part painted over or whatever. But you got to be real careful with these. They're good for all kinds of things, but as you see, it looks kind of white, but it's actually a little bit, it's clear, actually. I mean, it's not perfectly clear, but so this is my lighthouse that I'm making. And, you dip a little bit of water into your brush, and then you dip it into your masking fluid. Just, you don't want a lot on there. You don't want a lot. And you want the masking fluid to dry, completely dry. I'm not sure exactly how long that takes. When I tried it last year, I think I waited for like 20 or 30 minutes just to make sure. And then you have to have an eraser, and you can use a pencil eraser or anything else, because you'll see how I do this here. So I'm looking at my sky here. I'm not real happy with the sky, and I'm certainly not happy with the ocean here. The rocks, I'm happy with the rocks because that's what they are. And so with the hake brush here, I'm putting in some more ultramarine blue because I want to darken up this water. It was either darken up the sky and let the water be light, or it was darken up the water and let the sky, it was either one or the other. So with the spray bottle, just a touch of water I'm putting on there. And so now I'm adding a little bit of Payne's Gray, which the mixture I made for this particular, I tested it out and I wanted to make sure that it leaned more toward blue. So yeah, just kind of filling in the water here, this ocean here. And I wanted some crashing waves. So you'll be seeing some crashing waves. I didn't want to make them too dramatic. And another thing is, so it's more ultramarine blue at the top of the horizon there. Payne's Gray kind of in the middle. And then I start dipping into some cerulean blue, coming toward the foreground is how I made this water. And try to get a nice blend, I mean, it's up to you. So I'm drying it off again because I don't want to keep moving the paint. That's why I dry it off. Okay, because I want the paint to stay there in the grain. In the grain, I want the paint to stay there. And I'm also double checking on where I put the masking fluid. The rocks are still wet, believe it or not. But I'm not messing around with the rocks here. Okay, now you could see the grain on this paper. Okay, Now here, this is an eraser that I had from my charcoal set. Came with a charcoal set. You can buy these at any store, even Walmart. You can buy these erasers, or you can use a pencil eraser. The trick is you gotta be gentle with them and start from the center outward on the masking fluid. Just make sure that your masking fluid is dry all the way. Okay? And this is the first time I've done this. This is only the second time I've done this. But it's been about a year, and this is the first time I ever put it in a video. Okay, so that's the lighthouse there. And now it's all ready to be painted. Okay. And everything is dry so far. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. I have everything on the paper set up and ready to go. Okay. In other words, if I put water on there, I'll activate all the watercolor. But I can keep going and I can keep adding on. This is another wash. So the reason why I took paint out of the tube is because I'm using the little bitty, the small palette, and I didn't want to get any white, mix any white with any other colors. Okay, so I wanted to use white all by itself. And don't forget, these fan brushes, you have to have a little bit of water on them. Otherwise, it's all really dry brush. Okay. And I do this sometimes. I'm sure you've seen it. If you've watched my videos, you've probably seen me do this, where I have no problem putting paint literally from the tube to the paper. It doesn't bother me at all. Sometimes I like doing that. Okay, so I'm just trying to get an idea here. I put a little bit of water in there. I dipped my fan brush in some water and to blend out the white and to get some sea foam. That's what I was looking for, some sea foam here. And it turns out really nice because, these whites blend really nice. This is Chinese white, so there's no gouache on here whatsoever. And I was a little bit concerned about, I probably put the waves too high in the back or in the middle ground. But, the whole idea here is to have fun, not to get all uptight. And so I put some clouds in there, and with a flat brush, I'm just trying to smooth them out a little bit. And because I wanted some clouds in there. I didn't, I could have made this a very stormy scene, or a very sunny scene, or nighttime, or sunset, or sunrise. And you can too. I encourage you to try that. And you don't have to put these waves in there like I did. You can make it a sunset, a beautiful sunset, or a beautiful a sunrise, or a dramatic stormy sky. You could do all kinds of things here. The clouds have so much effects on all paintings, all of them. So anyways, I'm just trying to smooth out some of the edges on the clouds here. The clouds are not part of the focal point at all. Kind of sets a little bit of a mood, that it's kind of a nice day, But my focal point is the lighthouse. Okay, so, and with my flat brush, I'm adding white to the lighthouse. Now, you don't have to do that. Depending on how you're painting. You can use the paper, let the paper be the white, or you can use a gray for the white. However you want to do it. That's why painting is so awesome. I mean, it's wonderful. There's no perfect way, one way that you have to do this or nothing like that. Just be who you are and let it come out. So here I'm putting on some cerulean blue right over the white. And look, that's a beautiful, beautiful scene there. Now, yeah, I'm putting it around this lighthouse because I'm like, man, it just, I'm just painting from imagination. I'm not painting from no picture. I'm just feeling it out. And I'm like, okay, some more waves. And, the waves might not exactly fit correctly to some people in this composition. However, they are there, and, I'm happy with them. I'm happy with them. I had a really good time doing this. Everything here is real time. There's nothing edited. If I would have let the water paper dry on its own, then I would have had to keep cutting the video. You see, that's why I was using the hair blower, because I would have had to let everything dry. You see those beautiful paintings, and some of them with the rigor and everything else, and those people are letting their paper dried, or they're doing 3, 4, 5 washes over them sometimes. So in my videos, I do everything right as you're looking at it. Okay. Anyways, so with some red there, now I have a defined lighthouse. I know the back looks a little bit, unrealistic. I mean, there's no way you're gonna crash on that. Not like that. But, I had a really good time doing it with a liner brush, and this is black. I'm just going across the top there. With a little stand out there. I forgot to put the red light on the top. That's okay. And with a little bit of black, I'm still going across the bottom here. And if you're new to this channel, thank you for viewing. And if you paint along with painting videos, I hope that you can get excited. Maybe try some masking fluid and try, enjoy yourself. Make it your own, or, however you do it, you want to do it. And put a little door there at the bottom. Okay, so I did forget my scraper, right? So I try to create some rocks with my fingernail. I don't have much of fingernails right now. But, I'm not looking for definitive rocks or nothing like that here. Basically, I want the lighthouse to stick out. And, if you like my videos, please subscribe, and you'll get notifications, or you'll see when I come back on again. And if you like my videos, please hit like. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to finish this up just kind of fooling with the water here, trying to get the depth of the water, and you'll see here. I mean, I'm always, that's the fun thing about this is, being creative, being on the spot, being loose, and so some more brighter, or, cerulean blue coming toward the forefront here, foreground. And the shades really make a difference in all paintings. I tried to put some shades in that water. And they bring out, and the red really pops on that lighthouse. So just a few birds in the back there. And then I'll sign my name. And I want to wish you a great evening, a great afternoon, and a great morning, no matter where you are and what time you're watching this. Thank you. Thanks again. Sincerely yours, John. I'll put a little bit more white just along those rocks. Looks really good like that. Not too bad. Not too bad.